Hello, we will be discussing your solution to one of the questions that you answered during the assessment. Can you explain how you approach the design of the seat manager class?
Yes, the question requirement was I need a minimum min number, so I use priority queue, which exactly sorted in exactly sorted in ascending order. So we get
I didn't
if
quite
we
catch that. Could you clarify what you mean by minimum email number? Are you referring to how you determine the smallest unreserved seat?
just what I am telling that I use priority queue, which sort the element in ascending order. When we do min heap dot poll, it will give the minimal number.
Got it. So, you're using a priority queue to keep track of the available seats. Can you explain how the reserve method works in your implementation? What happens when you call it?
Yes, the reserve method works when it returns the min heap dot poll. That means it returns the minimum element. That's what we required.
I see you're saying it returns the minimum element, but can you walk me through what happens in the code when you call reserve? What exactly does it do with the priority queue?
Yes, sure. When you call the reserve method, it returns a min heap dot poll. That means key from till n seat manager function we pass n from till n. The numbers are added and you return the minimum of them.
I think I'm missing a bit there. Can you explain what you mean by return the main hit.com? How does the priority queue manage the seats when you call reserve?
Not minheap.com,
Oh, got it.
minheap.all.
Sorry about that. So, when you call reserve, it returns the minimum seat number from the priority queue. What happens if you call unreserved? How does that affect the state of the priority queue?
You just add the particular seat number.
So, when you unreserve a seat, you simply add that seat number back to the priority queue. How does this ensure that the next call to reserve we
Sorry, I did not understand. Repeat.
No worries. Let me rephrase. When you unreserve a seat, you add it back to the priority queue. How does this help in getting the smallest available seat when you call reserve again?
Yeah, because it is priority queue. It's completely takes element into a sorted order.
That makes sense. The priority queue keeps everything sorted, so the smallest seat is always available. Just to clarify, how do you handle the case when all seats are reserved? What would happen if you called reserve then?
Then it makes sense like there are no seats. We show the user there are no seats.
I think I missed that part. Are you saying that if all seats are reserved, your code would handle it by showing a message or something? Can you explain how you would implement that?
Yes, if priority queues are empty, that means all seats were reserved. So I throw an exception message to all seats are reserved to users.
Got it. So you would implement some kind of exception handling to inform the user if there are no available seats. Can you tell me what kind of exception or message frontier you would use in that case?
Yes, I use that the no seat exception.
Okay, so you would throw a no seat available exception? That's a good approach. How do you plan to test your implementation to ensure it works correctly?
I run simply multiple test cases.
That sounds like a solid plan. Running multiple test cases will definitely help. Do you have any specific scenarios in mind that you think are important to test? It seems like we might have lost the connection there. If you
No,
have any
no,
final thoughts or questions, feel free to share.
no, I don't have any questions. What about my result? All of the mark that I did written.
Thanks for the